Have you ever wondered why you suddenly start talking like your friends, or why you pick up the habits of your coworkers, almost without realizing it? You might start jogging in the morning. You might find yourself listening to a new genre of music. You might even change the way you order your coffee. We often think of our choices as purely our own. We believe they spring from some deep internal well of personal preference, but what if they don't? What if there is an invisible force at work? Adzo mam ember door and dumb. A quiet and persistent current that shapes your every decision every day. This force is all around you, yet it remains unseen. It operates in your office. It operates in your classroom. It operates even in the digital spaces you visit online. This isn't about some grand, sinister plot. It's something far more subtle and in many ways more powerful. Think about the last time you joined a new group, a book club, a team at work, a group of friends at a new school. Did you notice the small ways you began to change? Maybe you started reading more critically. Maybe you found yourself staying a little later at the office, caught up in the collective energy. These aren't coincidences. They are the product of a fundamental aspect of human nature. We are social creatures, wired to connect and conform. Our behavior is contagious, spreading from person to person like a ripple in a pond. The real question is not whether this force exists, but how it works. How does the ambition of the person sitting next to you in class quietly lift your own grades? Why does a friend's commitment to a new fitness routine make you more likely to hit the gym yourself? It's a kind of social gravity, pulling us into alignment with those around us. It can be a force for immense good, pushing us to be healthier. It can push us to be smarter. It can push us to be more productive. But it can also steer us in directions we never intended to go. Understanding this force is the first step toward harnessing it. It's the key to unlocking a hidden mechanism that governs so much of our lives. Throughout this exploration, we will dive into the stories and the science behind this phenomenon. We will look at how study groups can transform academic outcomes overnight. We will examine how companies in Silicon Valley meticulously engineer their office cultures to spark innovation. And we will even touch upon a playful conspiracy, a suggestion that this invisible pressure is being used in ways you might never expect. Are you ready to see the strings being pulled? Are you prepared to learn how you might start pulling some of them yourself? The journey begins by acknowledging that you are not an island. You are part of a vast, interconnected network of influence. Let's call this force positive social pressure. It is the gentle, often unspoken influence that your peers exert to guide you toward better outcomes. It's your running partner showing up at your door, rain or shine. It's the silent agreement in a library that encourages everyone to focus. This is different from the negative pressure we all remember from our youth. The dare to do something reckless. The push to fit in with the wrong crowd. Positive pressure doesn't command, it invites. It models a better way, creating an environment where the right thing, the healthy thing, the productive thing feels natural and even desirable. It's the invisible architecture of improvement. Think about a collaborative workspace. The air buzzes with quiet energy. People are focused. Keyboards are clicking. Ideas are flowing. You sit down, and almost automatically you feel your own focus sharpen. No one told you to work harder. No one is watching over your shoulder. Yet the collective atmosphere elevates your own performance. This is the magic of social context. Some psychologists and sociologists argue that entire industries are built on this principle. En Stein are doodmeis, en dasher dan kendeni penstam. Wellness industry, the self-help movement, the design of our cities, all of it leverages this invisible pressure to nudge our choices in a specific direction. They are the unseen architects of our daily habits. Did you know that studies in Japan found that students who sat next to high-achieving classmates saw their own grades increase dramatically? It happened almost overnight, without any direct instruction. The simple proximity to diligence was enough to create a change. Or consider this, some researchers suggest, open-plan offices, communal spaces in Silicon Valley aren't just for aesthetics. They are behavioral laboratories, designed to maximize creativity and productivity. By encouraging serendipitous interactions and a shared sense of mission. Every detail, from the coffee machine's location to the arrangement of desks, is a calculated nudge. This raises a fascinating question. If this social hack is so powerful, who is using it? And to what end? We will unpack real-world examples, from friends who inspire each other to quit smoking, to online communities that collectively build healthier habits. We will explore how volunteer groups can spark citywide movements from a single act of kindness, but we will also venture into more speculative territory. Could viral social media challenges be more than just mindless fun? Could they be massive, informal experiments in behavioral engineering? The answers might change the way you see your friends, your feed, the world around you forever. Table of contents. Part 2. Act 1. What social pressure can do. 1. The subtle nudge. 2. The ripple effect of action. 3. The architecture of ambition. Meet Sarah, a graphic designer in her late 20s who'd been trying to quit smoking for years. She had tried everything: patches, gum, willpower alone. Nothing stuck for more than a few weeks. The habit was woven into the fabric of her daily life: the morning coffee, the break from work, the drink with friends. Her closest colleagues, Mark and Chloe, were smokers too. Their shared cigarette breaks were a ritual, a moment to vent, brainstorm, connect outside the pressures of the office. The social bond was reinforcing a habit they wanted to break. One rainy Tuesday, drenched and smelling of smoke, Sarah had an epiphany. So she proposed a pact. Not a vague promise, but a concrete, all-in commitment. The three of them would quit together, starting the following Monday. They'd replace smoke breaks with fresh air breaks, a walk around the block, whatever the weather. They created a group chat, not for shaming, but for support. Mark almost caved during a stressful deadline. Instead of sneaking off, he messaged the group, "This is impossible, I need a cigarette." Within a minute, Sarah and Chloe were at his desk. They took him for a walk, listened and reminded him of the pact. The social pressure that once enabled the habit now prevented relapse. Months passed. The walks became a cherished part of the day, genuine connection without the haze of smoke. They changed their social context, and changed their lives for good. Now let's travel to a university campus, where a group of first-year students were struggling in a notoriously difficult calculus class. They studied alone in their dorm rooms, feeling isolated in their confusion. One evening in the library, she saw two other students from her calculus class looking just as lost as she felt. Taking a leap of faith, she walked over and simply asked, "Are you guys working on the Chapter 5 problem set? I'm completely stuck on question 3. To her surprise, they weren't annoyed. They were relieved. They decided to book a study room, and each invited one more person. Suddenly there were 6 of them. The group became a safe space to be confused. When one person didn't understand a concept, another often did. The act of teaching reinforced the material for the teacher, while the act of listening made it click for the student. By the time the midterm exam rolled around, a new, unspoken ambition had taken hold. They were competing with their old selves, pushing each other to aim for excellence. When the results came back, every single member of the group had scored at least a full letter grade higher. They had simply stepped into a current of positive social pressure, an academic contagion that made success feel not just possible, but inevitable. Now, let's venture into more speculative territory. But what if this social pressure isn't always accidental? What if it's being harnessed on a massive scale in ways we rarely notice? Imagine for a moment, large corporations and savvy marketers are not just selling you products. They are subtly engineering social environments to guide your buying habits. They're not just advertising a new brand of running shoes. They're creating online communities, sponsoring running clubs, amplifying influencers, building a culture around those shoes. They're selling you belonging. The shoes are the ticket to get in. Think about the design of a modern supermarket. Why is the bakery often placed near the entrance? This isn't just decoration. It's an attempt to create a feeling, a social cue. People who care about health and nature shop here. By choosing a product from that section, you are not just buying food. You are joining a tribe of conscious consumers. Let's turn our gaze to the digital world, the new frontier of social engineering. What are viral TikTok or Instagram challenges really? On the surface, they are just harmless fun. But if you look a little deeper, they can be seen as massive, real-time experiments in behavioral conformity. The platform's algorithm, designed to maximize engagement, becomes an unwitting co-conspirator in this process, pushing the trend to a critical mass. When it sees a certain type of video gaining traction, say a day-in-my-life video featuring a specific productivity routine, waking up at 5 a.m., journaling, drinking a specific brand of green tea, you start to think, maybe I should be doing that, too. The algorithm has, in effect, created a concentrated dose of positive social pressure. It has constructed a digital peer group for you. all modeling a specific set of behaviors. Imagine an algorithm that subtly prioritizes content showing people enjoying a particular new tech gadget. You will see an endless stream of positive user reviews, unboxing videos, lifestyle posts featuring the gadget. You start to feel like you are the only one who doesn't have this gadget, creating a fear of missing out, a powerful motivator for conformity. The conspiracy is so playful and personalized that it feels like a service. It feels like the machine just gets you, you know. Section 3. The historical echo. This idea of engineered social pressure is not as new as you might think. Throughout history, elite societies and even secret clubs have used social norms as a powerful tool. Think of the complex rules of etiquette in 18th century European courts. These were not arbitrary rules. They were a sophisticated system of social control. Consider the guilds of medieval Europe. This intense social environment ensured that skills were passed down with incredible fidelity. Some theories even suggest that certain influential secret societies would place their members in key positions within society, in government, in finance, in the arts. From the silent reading trend that took over South Korean subways, to the unwritten codes of honor among ancient warrior tribes, the pattern is the same. The playful conspiracy is that this ancient social hack is still the most powerful force shaping our world. The game is the same. Only the players have changed. Section 1. The brain's copy-paste function. A huge part of the answer lies in a fascinating set of brain cells known as mirror neurons. You can think of these neurons as the brain's copy-paste function. When you see someone perform an action, reaching for a cup, smiling, or even wincing in pain, your mirror neuron system fires up as if you were performing the action yourself. It's why you might flinch when you see an athlete get injured, or feel a pang of secondhand embarrassment for a character in a movie. For our ancient ancestors, being able to quickly learn new skills by observation was a matter of life and death. The fastest way to learn was to watch and imitate. When you join a new office and see everyone meticulously organizing their digital files, your mirror neurons fire, creating a blueprint for that behavior in your own mind. This biological tendency is the engine behind cultural transmission. In the same way, we catch behaviors from our social circles. Seeing a friend go for a run every morning subconsciously activates the motor pathways in your brain associated with running. This makes the act of putting on your own running shoes feel that much more natural and less effortful. There is a powerful psychological force at play, the profound, primal fear of exclusion. To be cast out from the tribe was a death sentence. Our brains therefore evolved a highly sensitive alarm system to monitor our social standing. We instinctively scan our social environment for clues about the accepted norms, how to dress, how to speak, what to value, what to laugh at. The pain of social rejection is so real that neuroimaging studies show it activates the same brain regions as physical pain. If everyone in your study group comes prepared, the social cost of showing up unprepared feels high. The slight anxiety about letting the team down becomes a powerful motivator to do the reading. A Reddit study did indeed find that people started flossing more frequently after joining such a challenge. The mundane act of flossing was transformed from a solitary chore into a social ritual. The fear of being left out was cleverly redirected to make us do something good for ourselves. Our final story takes place in a quiet, slightly neglected suburban neighborhood. The visible decay created a negative social pressure, an unspoken message that no one cared. Then, one Saturday morning, an elderly woman named Eleanor decided she had seen enough. She started with a small flower bed near the entrance, patiently pulling weeds and clearing away debris. A neighbor walking his dog saw her. He didn't say anything, but he watched for a moment. The next day, he came back with a rake and started clearing leaves from a nearby path. He just joined in. The following weekend, a family who lived across the street came out with painting supplies. It was becoming a movement, but a movement with no leader and no official name. It all started because Eleanor's initial brave act sent a new message. Someone cares. This place is worth saving. Within a month, the park was transformed. Dozens of neighbors had contributed in their own small ways, planting flowers, repairing the swings, organizing a weekend cleanup day. They were a community, and they had the power to shape their own world. We have journeyed through the invisible currents that shape our lives. We've seen that social pressure is not some external mystical force, but a fundamental part of our own biology. The stories we've explored all share a common thread. they are stories of transformation. In each case, individuals didn't just try harder, they changed their context. They stopped fighting against the tide of social pressure and instead learned how to swim with a current that was flowing in the right direction. The truly astonishing examples show us the sheer scale of what is possible. These are real-world demonstrations of positive social pressure reaching a tipping point. This leaves us in a powerful new position. We can move from being passive recipients of social influence to becoming conscious architects of our own social worlds. We can curate our friendships, our workplaces, and our digital feeds with the same care that a gardener tends their soil. We can ask ourselves a simple but profound question. Does this environment, do these people, make it easier for me to become the person I want to be? The first step is simply to look around with new eyes. Notice the subtle currents at play in your own life. Who in your circle lifts you up and who, perhaps unintentionally, holds you back? What are the unspoken norms of your workplace? What are the unspoken norms of your friend group? What are the unspoken norms of your online communities? Are your friends and colleagues really shaping your life? The answer is almost certainly yes, but the more important question is this: are you consciously shaping theirs in return? Think about the habits you would love to adopt. Read more, exercise consistently, learn a new skill. Now, ask yourself, where are the people who are already doing this? How can I join their tribe? Every choice you make is a signal. You are creating a tiny ripple of influence. So, the next time you decide to pick up a new habit or make a change in your life, remember the invisible forces at play. Ask yourself, who is really pulling the strings? And as you become more aware, you may find that the answer, more and more, is you. The strings are, and always have been, right there in your own hands. The only question is what you will choose to do with them.
Should I say something? What if they yell? What if they film me? What if I go viral for picking up a chip bag?
Let's talk about peer pressure, but not the kind that gets you to vape behind the gym. The kind that might just save the world.
What will the neighbors say?
But what if we flipped the script? What if peer pressure wasn't about judgment, but motivation?
Has someone ever made you want to do better just by being awesome?
You don't need 1 million followers to influence people. Just be one good domino. Be the person that makes kindness, honesty, and integrity go viral. Society shaped you. But guess what? You shape it right back.